Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. This video will show you how to automatically farm when AFK, which means away from keyboard. This automates farming where player interaction is required, but using some tricks we can make the player interact automatically, so you are free to do other things while your player is farming for you. This will also include showing you how to build a contraption that can give you items to replace any of the tools that may break when you are farming. These methods are also specific to certain types of farms that can support AFK farming, like the farms in this world. We have a sheep farm for wool, an animal breeding farm, the Nanofarm which grows crops, and a cocoa bean farm as well. But these are not the only types of farms you can do this with. So first off, we will start with a basic trick that will work on any computer. Simply reassign a click button to a key on your keyboard and then apply a weight to it. This means that the key will constantly be held in so you can leave your computer and have the player continue farming. The downside to this is you can't use your computer for anything else, but the plus side is that it will work on any computer. So this next trick works for me on my computer, which has Windows 7 and Java 7, but due to the way computers work, it is likely that this won't work on every setup. So if it doesn't work for you, don't be alarmed. I'm going to ask you, the viewers of this video, if you know any alternative methods for this, whether it's on a Mac or a different version of Windows, then post them in the comment box so I can add them to the description box, where you may find a solution at the time of watching this video. So when we switch windows, the pause menu appears like this. We can actually remove this by pressing F3 and P. This then changes the way the game pauses, so when you switch from one window to another, the menu doesn't appear and the game continues playing as normal. This means you can hold down a key, press Alt and Tab to switch to Windows, and have the game continue playing thinking you are still holding down that key while you're actually doing other things. You can use your mouse and keyboard for anything you like on the computer and the game will still think you are holding down that button, but as soon as you switch back to the window it will update and know that you are not. The plus side of this trick is that you can use your computer for other things. You could even run another instance of Minecraft to play while you are farming on this one. The downside is I know this won't work for everyone, so check that description box and see if someone else has shared a solution that works for you. Now that we know these two tricks, there is something else that you will need to know. If you are using a farm that requires items, you will need an item dispenser to give you new items when the one you are using breaks. This means that you will have to fill your inventory with items, so the one being dispensed will go back into the hopper unless your item has broken, in which case the player will pick it up and continue farming automatically. So to do this when farming, simply make sure that there is no space left over in your inventory. Now it's time for the redstone contraption. This machine, when activated, will dispense items into the hopper above it. The hopper will then pick the item up and put it back into the dispenser. However, if the player is standing above the hopper, they will be able to pick it up first. So if the inventory is prepared correctly, when the item in the player's hand breaks, they'll be able to pick up the next item dispensed by the dispenser below, allowing the player to continue farming. What's nice about this design is it's compact and it only uses a single hopper as opposed to some previous designs. It can also be tiled side by side for use in a farm like the sheep farm. The downside is that there is only storage space for 14 items, but now I'm going to show you how to build this. So wherever it is you choose to build this, it's probably going to be a little bit tricky because it's going to be right next to a farm, so hopefully I can give you a good idea of how much space it's going to take up. It's 3 blocks wide, it is 4 blocks deep, and the carpet here is where the player is going to stand. The lever to activate this to turn it on and off will be on top of this block right here, so you'll probably want to have your farm over on this side so you can turn it on, walk onto it, and then use the farm. Now the space that it takes up is mainly 1 wide, but you are going to need to have some blocks around the top area that goes around the dispenser and the hopper. So to build this you are going to need a lever, a hopper, a dispenser, a carpet, which is optional, that's where the player stands, so if you don't have that you're going to derp around inside of the hopper, which might be a little bit annoying. You'll need 2 pieces of redstone, 20 building blocks, a redstone torch, and a redstone repeater. So we will start off by placing a piece of redstone below where the dispenser and hopper is going to go. Then we will put a block behind it that will be on the side facing away from where the farm is, and on the back of that we will put a redstone torch with a block above and a repeater facing towards the redstone dust on the 4th setting. Then we will put another block above that redstone dust, put a piece of redstone here with a block above and the lever on top of it, then put a dispenser facing upwards, a hopper facing downwards, and put a block on the side of the dispenser. And that is the bulk of the design right there. You can see we can turn it on and off and it will activate the dispenser, but in order for this to work correctly and the dispenser to put the items inside of the hopper, if the player doesn't pick it up, you're going to need a block on each and every side of the dispenser. So 3 extra blocks like that, and then at the level where the hopper is, you need blocks going all the way around it, like so, and then that leaves you these 2 gaps that you may as well fill in. And then all you need to do is put a carpet on top, and this thing is ready to go. I also designed this with the sheep farm in mind, so you can see that it's tileable. I've built another one alongside it, and an important thing here to point out, only put items into the dispenser at the bottom, don't store them in the hopper above it. You'll run into some issues where the hopper doesn't pick up the items that get dispensed. But hopefully you have learnt something about AFK farming here. Remember to check the description box if the method that I showed you didn't work for you. Hopefully there'll be some extra information down there, and all of the farms that you see here in this test world, they work with the AFK farming methods, and they all have tutorials as well. So if you want to see those, be sure to check out the links in the description box and on the screen. This world is also available for download, and if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. It will always be appreciated. But that is it from me, this tutorial. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.